Yo, what's up, guys? Just got the laptop set up here at the Airbnb. If you guys didn't know, I am on vacation for 5 days, so I won't be recording that much, and the quality won't be the greatest of all time, but it'll make do. Let's kind of go over today's price section. I did not trade today. Again, won't be trading too much here. Um, I was fishing. I was like fishing last night. It was pretty fun. Caught like 11 fish. But yeah, let's go over this price action here. So in Asia session, we created this two stage down here, which I wouldn't like trust right off the rip. It's just consecutive candle SMT. So you can see SMT between candle 1 and candle 2 right here, which is the PSP. But this is really not how you want a PSP to look like this. So it's kind of awkward in my opinion. It's like an inside bar, and you get second stage SMT like this. Which you could say like this is a relevant low because like the previous low is a relevant low, just the space between. You could say that, I guess, right? You can see that's a relevant low, as you can see. It gets created at 1800. But with ES leaving these equal lows, man, I'm just not the biggest fan of that, right? If you look on the micros, it doesn't actually take this low. It's like a little bit higher, so it's still like a failure swing, which I don't really like because these are already failure swings this low. So I wouldn't trust it right off the rip, honestly. Maybe you could take this little gap fill right here if you really wanted to, but I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of it overall. But there's a little gap fill right here, as you can see, between these two candles. But I would just let it kind of play out. So as you can see, price clearly has this V-shape away. Price clearly is trading away. And then it hits this overall, previous high here on NQ overnight. So this is basically coming into the session. Where's 9:30? The next candle is 9:30. So this is looking pretty good. We have an SMT fill as well already. You'll see this SMT fill. Let's see if we yep, we're within a swing point as well. So we're opening up 9 o'clock in a swing point. This is like looking pretty good, like coming as a driver, not gonna lie. Let's see, let's go here. Yeah, like any of these, like this, hold on. Let's see when this was created actually, for real. When was this actually created though? Don't tell me it was a while ago. Okay, hold on. Okay, yeah, this SMT fill was created a while ago, which kind of sucks, but let's talk about the more relevant times. Maybe 90-minute. I haven't really seen the charts today, guys, so it's like the first time looking at it. Okay, so you get a 90-minute close here. This is a pretty large wick, so maybe I was waiting for that. So 9 o'clock, you have this PSP here. Nothing on the hourly again. Let me check the hourly. Nope. Nothing hourly. 30-minute. Nothing really. You're just within a swing point in those time frames. Ooh, hold on. Ooh, here it is, boys. So this little SMT fill here is what you guys could take it. Now, which asset is closest to a draw? Okay, obviously ES, right? ES is way closer to the high. Y'all see this higher here? ES is way closer. So ideally, you want to take this on ES. This would be like a positional entry basically, but it's after 9 o'clock ideally. Yep, so this is perfect. So 9 o'clock opens here. You have the V shape. At this point, you don't have the SMT fill yet. It's not created, but we can't. Well, I guess you could technically enter. You technically could enter the first CSD like this. You just can't enter a propulsion block because that would be a future gap. You guys see that? These candles are not going to connect, so let me show you real quick. If we like open low on this next 15-minute candle and go like that, there would be a future gap. So you can't do it there, but you could enter the first CSD if you wanted to. And put your stop loss, down here or something like that would be valid. But this propulsion block is okay. It's valid now because you have the SMT fill. So anything up here, this is valid. This is valid. Stuff like that. And then 9:30 is rolling around. Like this, these would be valid. Your first TPs will be here. These equal highs. I actually really like this trade. Like if you took this as good, loss or not. Let's see what happens here. Yep, so it takes you up. That's valid to me, guys. How far did it go? 3 hours. So It didn't. Oh, that's so ass, bro. Triple equal highs. Oh man, if you took that, I'm so sorry. I'm actually so sorry. So this is a break even, not a loss, my bad. But that is tough, dude. Like, fuck. That's tough as fuck. So if you took it on here, let me see. Just the weaker asset. Sorry, guys. I gotta like mute my notification or something, maybe. Damn, bro. Whatever, y'all have to deal with that, honestly. But this as well, you're gonna take a break even. If you took out YM, see this retracement, guys? See this retracement? Dude, who is messaging me? Is this really like just the anomaly messages? I feel like someone's gotta be messaging me, right? Yeah, UV. Dude. Shut up. Boy. Anyways. Yeah, so this could be a trailed stop loss, so you're gonna take a partial loss. I mean, really, you could trail to here or break even, to be honest, because, I mean, think about it. This is a, order block, and it's made of mostly body. We already put our stop loss in the body. That's up to you. Here, it doesn't matter. Small loss regardless, or break even, whatever. But yeah, that's valid, guys. Like these break even, little losses or whatever, those are actually valid. So now I have to reassess. So we have equal highs here, which is obviously probably not what we're going to reverse from, right? I wouldn't be thinking short, though. The wick is already huge as hell. Like triple equal highs here. I would not be thinking bearish, honestly. This is a big overnight move, so we could still see like a retracement. Let's see what happens here. I know what happens here. Like, yeah, okay, we form a PSP here. But obviously there's equal high. Like, I don't care about the bearish scenario PSP, because literally equal highs here, bunch of failure swings up here. It's like seek and destroy, it looks like to me, right? And which is what, guys? Is a continuous signature, right? This doesn't really look like a reversal at this high, right? It's SMT already happened here. We had to resweep. We already know when it resweeps, that's not high probable. So it looks like consolidation to me, if anything, dude. And then we close the 4-hour candle off. Yeah, right here. Wait. Yeah, right here. Which I don't. Okay. Good thing this happened. I was about to say I don't like this at all. I don't like this SMT filter trust. I was just about to say that because the way it closes like this. I was about to say like I'd rather it come to gap. Okay, good. That's really good. That's actually so fire. So I know a lot of you guys took this really good. It's like the universal sequence. You get a high rate time frame 2-stage expansion away from the low of day, which creates a gap. Remember, if you're trading 4-hour continuation, like intraday continuation from a 4-hour gap, it's always Asia low of day because you need a lot of time for price to expand, right? So you have Asia in these two candles expanding and London expanding. New York session kind of retraces / consolidates, and then we continue, right? So that's really good. ES to this high is really nice. You can take YM as well, but let's go ahead and look at that strength switch. So just literally textbook, bro, honestly. Like, this is so nice. We'll just mark this line out. Let's see how that reverse signature looked, see if it's valid or not, or whatever. So as soon as you take this low out, you can pretty much get in. So we haven't really like this. You can't really get in here. I wouldn't get in here either. Well, hold on. Let's go to 5-minute or something. Like, I suppose you could right here. I'd rather take on ES like I said, but you do get this CSD over here. You'd have to get on the it's just a big stop loss is what I'm saying. Like that's only 2R all the way up there. I don't know about that. If you can get your stop loss smaller or something, like I would be okay with that. But I'm really looking for ES, somewhere on ES. And like maybe this, man. Like maybe this CSD, bro. I mean, maybe. Maybe that's a valid loss if you took it. Yeah, I mean, wait. Yeah, that would be a valid loss in my opinion. Like this 3-minute, low-key. I mean, you could say there's like SMT there, right? You could say there's like, okay, they're equal lows. Fucking hell. Never mind. They're equal lows. I don't know if I would trust that, but I don't know. If you took the 5-minute or whatever, I'd be like, all right. But this right here is definitely valid. We just like sweep it out. Yeah, this is valid for sure. because you even get a yep, you get a string switch here, bro. This is 100% valid. This next one is very nice. This S&P here. So this is the really nice trader here. Right here, guys. Take this to the high for about 3R. That's definitely valid. Again, I don't know if it loses or what, but that would be valid to me for Shosuke. Let's see if there's any type of SMT fills going on up here. Yep. YM, we do have one. YM, we have the SMT fill here. So if you wanted to get in again or move your stop loss, you can now. So mechanically, even though we're only up, 1.4R, I mean, you could trail it probably regardless because we do have a nice retracement here. Yep, nice retracement size, but even more importantly, this lower here is an SMT fill on the 15-minute above. So we know when that happens above our entry, we can actually go break even. You could also put this position break even and then actually enter here. You can add it again, maybe like half risk or like whatever you want to do. You could do this as well, Get at least 2R out of it. Again, I don't even know if this works, but hopefully it does. Oof, that was close up, man. Yeah, okay, that was really close, but as you see, that would be valid. And both these trades are valid here. So maybe a loss right here on this 5 minute, if you trust that, because I know some of you guys probably took that or whatever. It's like, let me go back to it. Let's really assess this. Let me make sure, what kind of candle are we in right now? Pretty large wick on the 30-minute over here. But it's a 2-stage though. I mean, like if your stop loss is at this low. Is it at this low? Not quite. It's not quite at that low. Why is the low there? Oh, okay, hold on, it's not. Hold on. I don't think that's the actual low, huh? Yeah, I think this would be valid though, because that's the low, yeah. This is the low at the time. Yeah, I would say that's okay, man. I really would. So that is a valid loss in my opinion, and these two are also valid, right? So yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me just make sure there was no 30-minute gap, actually. Okay, there wasn't, I don't think. So we're good. I was gonna say, I don't know if this 15-minute was valid or not, because there could have been like a future 30-minute gap or maybe hourly or something. Yeah, no, you're good. Yeah, that was valid. So those two trades are really valid. Let's go ahead and look at gold now, because I saw something interesting there as well. Pretty large overnight expansion on gold. I know that for sure. Let's just kind of pull up silver at first. So let's go to daily. It looks like we held this, by the way. But you wouldn't want to look at this between these two assets. We can go over here to like GBP or something. That's one of these. Yep. GBP, we had this on Friday. Now when these forms, we don't exactly know that this is gonna hold or not. We know it can at least cause a retracement, right? That's what we know for sure. So on Friday, your idea would kind of be used as a retracement. Now Monday's close is like not great for longs, like, right? It's obviously not great. There's no key level that we use here, but definitely not looking like a reverse signature for really either side. Like, I can't say this is a reversal to continue lower or to continue from here. It looks like shit. Obviously looks like shit. It's just consolidation. So you can't really do much with Monday's close, honestly. So we're gonna have to just go off of, current high and low of the week, kind of, right? So nothing on this asset here. Nothing on this asset here. There's something that's kind of weird. They're not the same highs and lows though, man. Okay, well, here it is, I guess. Yeah, it looks something like this, guys. So it looks something like this is what I'm seeing here. Yeah. Now let's see if there was a strength switch at this low. No, it didn't take that low. Okay, so it's at 1800. All right, so this forms like, dude, I would not be like that convinced, dude. It just looks like consolidation to me. I can't even lie. Like the low of the week is really, it's actually 1800, you know, basically on this asset. So it's like, I'm not convinced, all right? Like, I'm just not. When this straight up forms, like, you can't just be like, oh shit, low days in, you know, like you can't do it. There's no like framer behind it, in my opinion. It's like lacking. So it's like, I gotta wait. This is where you wait for like the universal sequence. You like wait for price to expand away, create gaps and stuff. That's what you get right here. It looks like. And you get SMT fill, yeah. Equals. The equals. Okay. Looks like equal lows or whatever. These assets definitely trade into it. Yeah. Okay. So there's no like SMT fill there. Unless, nope. Yeah, I wouldn't trade that shit. Yeah, I wouldn't trade that gap either. So you're just kind of just waiting, dude. At least I would be if you're asking me. I would just be waiting. And if you play price overnight, definitely expands throughout the previous 2 sessions. So Asia and London expand somewhat. It doesn't really expand too much, but yeah, it actually does. It actually does expand. Definitely on silver. So that definitely does expand on silver. So this is where New York is going to be low probability, right? Especially the first half, because that's what comes after 2 a.m. So you see 2 a.m. retraces, what do we have to retrace into? A gap, because Asia's low day. And it's just about, you can maybe trade the continuation, dude, if the previous session expand or like daily large wick. It's just automatically lower probability, but you have to have an open draw. And ideally it's close, because you can't expect it to expand forever, like a day like this. So if you just can anticipate it to expand a little bit more, that's okay, I guess, or target the current high day. But here you have equal highs, so I'm gonna say it's okay. So we're gonna use this gap, obviously. But the problem with this gap is that it is traded into a long time ago. So look when we trade into this gap. Well, let's go ahead and mark this line real quick. We traded this gap at 7 a.m. right, a long time ago. So it's not reversing until, like really late into that 4-hour candle. So when this happens, we have SMT that's holding technically, but it's not reversing, right? It's just continuing to make lower lows. You have to wait for a strength switch. That's one thing you have to wait for, right? Because if you keep using PSPs, it's gonna get cooked. So price usually waits for, it's like 2 things. Well, it's usually a time. Like price is waiting for a specific time for it to reverse, usually, sometimes. But the way you can time it, as well as obviously a strength switch, it's just, right, the most powerful concept, honestly, that there really is, like confirmation-wise, and that's what you get here. Let me make sure there was none prior to this. Hold on. Nope, that's just a regular PSP there. Let's see. Nope. Okay. Let's make sure these. What do these other assets do? I think this asset didn't even trade into the gap either. Yeah, so this asset didn't trade into the gap either, guys. GBP, this one did. And silver also didn't either, right? Another reason why this is kind of awkward as well is because when this is forming, dude, when this candle is like going lower, right? You already know it's probably going to create another gap, right? But now we don't know when it's actually forming. It's gonna, the gap's gonna be here or here. I talk about this when this happens. An SMT fill is gonna create another future gap. It's kind of awkward, so I would actually demand a 2-stage anyways. It wouldn't have to be in the form of a strength necessarily, but it would be ideal, right? Now, one thing that's good about this is there's no real defined reversal at the highs necessarily. Like there's just equal highs here. You see how these highs are like unsymmetrical as well. That's a good thing. Like unsymmetrical highs and lows are not a reverse signature typically. This is looking good. We're also really high into the range. So it's looking pretty good. But yeah, we get this pretty much, guys. Strength is PSP. And this is what 10 a.m. is opening up into. And I wouldn't want to be trading this 4-hour candle anyways, because think about it, like expansion. This candle is probably a retracement, right? It has a large wick as well. So it's like, it's not going to retrace and expand in the same candle when the previous sessions did all that expanding. So next candle is highly likely to expand, or if it was going to expand, it would happen at 10, right? Next 4-hour candle. So this is why you want to wait for this here. Let's just look at the signatures here. Nothing yet. You can't just positional take this. So just the first CSD that you get would be valid. Yeah, that's fine, honestly. So first CSD entry here is fine, in my opinion. Yep, that happens at 10. So there's your intercandle CSD. And when you look at the 90-minute wick, it's pretty good as well. It's fine. Not on silver, though. You want to wait for silver. If you're going to trade silver, that's way too big. This asset's good, though. You can trade this on gold. So this first CSD is fine, in my opinion. You get 3R. That's all great. Is there anything else? Do we have any? We have a gap, future gap potentially forming. You know, if you get an SMT fill there, it would be valid. Let's see if you get it with anything. Unfortunately not. Yep, unfortunately not. So you kind of can't take a continuation entry, but that's okay. Is there any gaps you could have entered on? Not really. Yeah, it's kind of just this first entry. That's the reason why I like to enter the first entry, because you never get missed. I mean, unless the CSD is, you know, when it's created is really large stop loss, and you gotta wait for a smaller one, and you just never get it. That's the only time you ever get missed, right? And now this never hit the TP. Not as of yet, but you'd be break even by now, obviously. So that's what I see valid there for gold. Like it's fine, you know. Right now we have an SMT fill. It's getting pretty late. I would wait for 1400 though. And it's the same, it's low-key the same scenario where like we're creating an SMT fill here, but we're not reversing from it, as you guys can see. We're just continuing to break down lower. This is where I like to see a second stage SMT, right? Ideally in the form of strength switch though. We have like triple equal highs here as well. That's like not bad. Yeah, ideally in the form of strength switch would be nice. Okay, just hit the 30-minute gap though. But yeah, this could hold maybe as well. And then for oil, I guess we'll go over oil, even though I rarely really trade it. I don't think there's anything on the daily here either. It's like you can't really trade this yesterday either. There's no daily model. Nothing really that significant. The profile's also shit. Yeah, this looks like misery. Doesn't really look clean to me. Yeah, like it just looks like it's destroyed probably. This is interesting right here. What was going on over here? About this low. No, dude, just like equal lows. It just looks too like confusing, bro. If it's not like crystal clear, like I ain't taking it. You know what I'm saying? Any 30-minute gaps. Looking to use restroom. Yeah, this looks too weird, bro. I'm good off oil, bro. If it's not clean, then I'm just not taking it. Looks like shit. So that's pretty much what I have for you guys today. I just won't be as active on like the chats. I will when I can, guys. Yeah, hopefully you're understanding. I'm on vacation, but yeah, I probably can do these recordings every day on this little desk here. So I'm pretty isolated from everyone actually. So that's pretty nice. So yeah, catch you guys later. Hopefully you guys enjoyed.